Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast. I'm your host, Angelique Froyel. Join me as I navigate life and have the conversations I wish I've had years ago. Doing the work to be a better person, but also understanding it won't be easy and it's going to piss people off. And that's okay. As an adult, I'm learning that your adult relationships require more work. You are dealing with people that are now have lives, have kids, have careers, have hobbies. It's not like when we were younger and we just got together and played outside, or we rode bikes to the park and we played at the park after school. Now we have functional relationships. I'm understanding that just as much work you put into your love relationships, you should put the same amount of work into your friendships as well, because that's a relationship also. I'm also learning that letting go is okay too, because everyone is not supposed to go through life from beginning to end with you. Because just as much as you're doing the work to be better and be a better person and grow, they have to grow as well. And then you have to have similar life goals where it allows you to mesh and keep going. If one person is content where they at in life, they don't want to grow, they don't want to do anything else, but you're on the other side, like, I want to get this, get that, get this, get that. And they're just like, what you want to do all that for? It's kind of like holding you back. It's not allowing you to grow. And you should be able to grow together, because there is such thing as growing apart. It's not the easiest thing to do because relationships take work. All relationships take work. And it's something that you try your best to balance. And it's also something that you have to realize when it's time to let go, it's time to let go. And it is hard to let go because you have history, because of the things you've been through with this person. If the relationship or friendship is no longer serving you, you're dishonoring yourself. And the crazy thing is that we are taught to hold on, but not how to let go. And that's with everything. Even with like materialistic things that don't matter, people, relationships. Like, you think you get in a relationship and it's hard to let go because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings or make someone feel bad. And it's like, no, if you're not happy, let it go. If it's not aligned with what you got going on, let it go. Like, move on. Like, you're blocking yourself from something better and more fulfilling because you're unable to let go. There are rare people that go from the beginning to the end. Very rare. Like, those friendships go through ups, downs, ins, outs, growth spurts, changes, new things, old things. Like, they go through ropes, and you got to put in mad work from both parties for that relationship to exist. You have to grow. The person you're in a relationship with or a friendship with, you have to both grow. And then you have to take each other on a journey together. You have to include them. Hey, I got this going on. I got that going on. I want you here. I want you there. And it's always their choice to be involved. You can't force them, but as long as you play your part and you invite them to the journey or take them on the journey with you, they should feel comfortable. But some people have their own issues that you can't control, whereas though they're dealing with their own insecurities, they're dealing with their own past experiences and traumas that make them feel like, oh, she thinks she better, or she thinks she got XYZ going on, and I don't got this and I don't got that. And then some people like to compare. Healthy competition is good, but not when it's envious. Competition between friends shouldn't be envious. It shouldn't be something where like, oh, she thinks she better, well, I'm gonna do this so she can't do that. And it's like, no, sis, like, oh, you hit that this week, boom, I'm motivated, I'm gonna try to hit that next week. But like, yo, sis, you really hit that next week, yo, I'm coming back harder. Like, it's supposed to be a healthy competition where you both motivate each other, not where you have hidden agendas and you want things to go bad for your friend or her not to make her numbers. And it's just like, what? Why? Like, we supposed to support each other and have each other's back. A lot of relationships are like sisters and brothers. Like, we supposed to be family. And if I win, you win. But you don't want me to win. And it's like, how can I be close to that if you don't want me to win? And a lot of friendships, relationships just kind of like die off because you distance yourself. Some of them hang on by a little string because you don't want to hurt the person's feelings. And I understand that. I've personally been through a friendship breakup, and it definitely caught me off guard the way I felt after it happened. I just was like, what is this I'm feeling? Like, it felt off. It didn't feel right. It was a little weird. I'm like, yo, like, I didn't even expect to react the way I did, but I just was like, whoa, like, okay. Because it's like, you genuinely have feelings for this person. They've been in your life. Y'all have done things together. Y'all have a past. Y'all have history. So it's like, to end that and say, okay, this is the end. It's kind of like, all right, now life changes because y'all not friends anymore. You don't talk to them anymore. And it's just like, whoa. Definitely, I felt some type of way after it happened. And I'm just like, okay, this sucks, but I made this choice, so I'm going to live behind it. And sometimes that's how you have to view things. Like, if it's not serving you, if you feel like you've done all you can do, if it's just taking up space and not bringing value, it's just sitting there. Like, let it go. Just let it go. Get rid of it. Every year, seasons change. You do a spring cleaning. Get rid of the stuff that's just taking up space that you've been thinking about getting rid of. Get rid of. Clear that space up so that you can have a clear mind. I truly believe that when you have clutter, your mind's cluttered, you can't think straight. I don't know how people function in chaos, but I know they got their organized chaos. Some people can function like that. Me, I can't. I like clear, simple spaces. Let me clean this up. This look too cluttered. Why do I got this? I haven't used this in 3 years. Let me get rid of this. I'm being much better with things like that and not hoarding. Like, this stuff is just taking up space for no reason at all. Yeah, I bought it, but I don't use it no more. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Clear it. Even with friendships. Not saying just get rid of and throw away your friends. But if you have relationships, or be clear with the friendship. Oh, this is my friend, this is my best friend, this da-da-da. When people aren't living up to these roles. So categorize. You have a friend, you have best friends, you have associates, you have coworkers. Start using these terminologies for these people and stop giving them titles that they don't deserve. To me, I was very picky on who I consider a best friend, still very picky on who I consider a best friend, because I feel like a best friend is your person. You got a best friend, that's my best friend. And I used to think back in the day, like, oh, my best friend can't have any other friends but me. I'm her only friend. That's the only friend she need. And being an adult, I'm like, nah, I can't be everything she need. Like, we could be best friends, but I can't be everything she needs. We need community. We need other people in our lives. And they don't necessarily have to be categorized as a best friend, but they're close friends. You got people that you look at as family. You got friends that you've been friends with for years. You got friends that you just met last year, but y'all real tight because y'all just click. Like, you have your people. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with having your people. But then it's also, you have those people that are just kind of like, they're just leeching. That are just there because they can get something out of you, but don't really bring anything to you. And those are the people that you have to be clear on where they stand in your life. And you have to get clear on that for yourself. And as an adult, I've noticed a lot of people struggle with difficult conversations. I am the same way. It's hard for me to have a difficult conversation because, one, I'm not confrontational. But every conversation does not have to be confrontational. You also have to know your opponent and who you're talking to and their mental level. Some people, you have to meet them where they are for them to understand. Some people can meet you where you are and y'all can have a decent, healthy conversation and it's understood on both parties. Not every conversation have to be confrontational, but difficult conversations need to be had because that's how you grow. That's how you understand the other person's mental as well as your mental. You may think you got over something, but then you talk about it and realize that, like, I didn't get past that. Like, this still bothers me. You want healthy relationships in your life where y'all talk about y'all problems and what things are going on. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy, and it takes work on both parties. But having healthy relationships are better for you mentally, because you have the support, because you won't be sitting there making up things in your head and thinking like, oh, why is so-and-so doing this? Or why is so-and-so doing that? Well, you could literally call them like, yo, like what happened yesterday? I ain't feel too cool about that. So I'm calling you like I wanted to talk about it. Like what was going on? Like, was you cool? Like, did I do something? And y'all talk it out and then clear the air and it's done. But some people are not mature enough where they won't talk about it. They'll just be like, oh, she was acting shady. Oh, he was doing this. Like, I'm cool, old bro. And then it don't even be that deep sometimes. It does not even be that deep. And that's why communication is everything. People don't understand that you need to communicate. Learn how to communicate your feelings, your emotions. Communicate. Communicate. It's real cliche, but you have to talk. A closed mouth does not get fed. You have to speak, and people won't know how to treat you unless you tell them these things that hurt you. They can't do better unless you talk to them and be like, this hurt me, or this made me feel some type of way. How you expect your relationship to grow if you can't tell somebody, oh, you did this to me and it made me feel this type of way? Let's talk it out. And then you could, based on y'all talking it out, can allow you to decide how y'all move forward. Some people, intentions be pure. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I was just trying to, but I definitely didn't think that would hurt your feelings. I'm sorry, I apologize. Moving forward, I'll keep this in mind. That's healthy. Some people be like, well, when you did this and so I did this and that, and it's just like, whoa, like we doing tit for tat here. And it's like, no, when I did that, I didn't mean to do that to you. Why you ain't come talk to me and tell me that's how that made you feel? Now it makes a bigger problem because you didn't communicate and speak up. And we have to do better with that. Do better with conversations. I'm not perfect as a person, but I know moving forward, I want healthy relationships, friendships, partnerships in my life. I want us to be able to communicate. Call me up. I am not a person where you can call me and tell me I did something to you. Oh, I did what? I ain't even think anything of it when I did it. I just, was thinking I was doing the right thing, but you didn't like that. Okay. Like, we all have a choice. You have a choice to move the way you want to move. You have a choice to communicate the way you want to communicate. Everything is a choice. I can choose to communicate with you and realize that the way you move is not how I want to move. And we can either end the friendship or distance and stuff, or just realize that, all right, we're just associates. I see you when I see you. It's no hard feelings. It's no bad, but we cool. I know we cool, but we not that close. Simple as that. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It takes effort. It takes a lot of effort. I understand why a lot of people say, oh, I don't got a lot of friends, because it really takes effort to have quality friendships. It takes effort, a lot of effort, a lot of balancing. Then especially when you have a partner and you're in a relationship and then you got your friends, and then it's like you're trying to balance the relationship and then also balance your friends. Like, that becomes a lot. But then it's also good to have friends that understand the dynamics of the relationship now that you have someone exclusive in your life. That like, oh, if you're spending more time with them, it's not acting funny on them. Like, all right, well, let me hit her up and see if we can get some time together. It's a two-way street on both parts. Sometimes the person that's trying to navigate the exclusive relationship and their friend's relationship is having a hard time. And they might need a little help from you to come step in and say like, yo, like, I'm free. Like, let's go hook up. Oh, yeah, girl, my guy. Like, yes, come on. Like, let's talk. Let's chat. Some people don't realize what they're doing because they have so much going on until you bring it to their attention. It's all about awareness. Some people do not realize what they got going on until you bring it to their awareness. Take this opportunity to really sit down and assess yourself as a friend, as a partner, and to look in the mirror, because you set the foundation of how people treat you, the way you want to be treated. You set that foundation. Now, understand that what you do for someone may not be the same way they can show up for you. Have grace with that, because you can loan somebody $50, $100, always loan somebody money. They could pay you back, but then when you need money, they don't got it, because they can't show up for you that way. But whenever you call, they there. Whenever you got something going on, they there. Whenever you need XYZ, it may not be money, but they got you on it. It's a balance. Not everybody can show up the way you show up for them back to you. But give grace and learn how people love others and how they want to be loved. And then you also teach people how to love you. But then you also have a choice to see how someone loves and be like, nah, I don't want to be a part of that. You have that choice. I don't remember where I got that from, but I got that from somebody, that you have a choice to see how someone loves and you get to decide to say, I don't want to be a part of that. No, I'm good. Like that's not the love I want. Like that love costs too much. Like you have that choice to make. So take the time out. Look in the mirror, because it always starts with you. You set the tone. This is your life. Remember, you are the main character of this movie called Your Life. So you set it up how you go. And have the conversations you need to have. Life is too short. As long as you're delicate with your delivery, the way the person takes it is not your responsibility. As long as you come from a place of being kind, compassionate, understanding, you can't control how someone else takes what you say. Give that grace, because people out here are going through so much secretly that we know nothing about. So give grace. Learn how to give grace. Be understanding and compassionate. I hope you have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Continue to share it. We're going to have more conversations. We're going to chit chat some more. It's been great talking to you guys.